Auzu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Dear students, open your science textbooks and come on page 40. Today, inshallah, we will discuss page 40. So, open your science textbook. I am just talking about the textbook, not the workbook.
Oh.
Are you there, students?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So before starting our today's lecture, let's discuss our previous lecture, or let's review our previous lecture. Previously, we were talking about the methods of conservation of energy. So we discussed yesterday 4 different methods through which the energy should be conserved. And the first one is, who will tell me about that? Yes, which one is the first one? Come on. Yes.
Insulation.
Very nice.
Sir,
Insulation. Insulation in
Sir,
logs
can I
and
tell the
what?
second one?
Yes, you can.
Double glazing.
Yes, that is also called glazing. Okay. The
Sir,
third one
drawers.
is
Drawers.
doors,
Cylinder.
excluders.
Hot water
Yes.
Hot water cylinder jackets.
cylinder jacket.
And the last one is
Hot water cylinder jackets.
yes, hot water cylinder jackets. So we discussed yesterday all these things in very detail. I hope so that
Yes,
all of you knows about these things very well. Today, inshallah, we will discuss about the energy resources, okay, or how the energy should be conserved. So we will discussing for that different energy resources and how we can conserve the energy. Okay, so this is our today's topic. Now come towards the book page 40, renewable energy sources. Okay, renewable energy sources, as it's mentioned, as it is clear from its word or its name, renewable. So anybody of you who will explain what is renewable means? Yes. Abdul Rafi, yes, you can please.
Sir, we can use it again.
Yes. Renewable means you have to make them again, okay? Or that can be renewed. Okay, so that is also called renewable energy sources. So let me ask a question from you. Is fossil fuel is a renewable energy source? Yes. Who will tell me
No,
about
sir. No, sir.
fossil fuel is an energy renewable source or not?
No, sir.
Very
No,
nice.
sir.
Very
Yes,
nice.
sir.
Fossil fuels are
Sir,
not.
it will run out.
Yes, exactly. Fossil fuels are not the renewable energy resources because when fossil fuels will eventually run out, then scientists are developing other ways of generating the energy. Okay, so energy sources that do not use a fuel takes from the earth are called alternative energy sources. Instead of such fossil fuels, if you use a different methods to collect energy, that is also called alternative energy sources.
Sir, what was the page again?
40, page 40.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, so they use natural sources such as sun, tides, and winds. Okay, these are the natural sources, and through them,
which page number? Please tell.
page 40.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so these are the sources through which we are continuously getting energy, and these sources are so called the renewable energy resources. Okay, so all of them were so called the renewable energy sources because they will be able to supply energy for millions of years. Okay, so instead of fossil fuels, we were moving towards the natural sources like sun, like tides, like winds. Okay, and we all use them for what? For a purpose of getting energy. Instead, we were using fossil fuels because one day the fossil fuel will run out, and what's happened after that? The world needs energy, and for that we must go for some other sources of energy, and they were so called the natural sources, or they were so called the renewable energy sources. Okay, So renewable energy resources are the resources that can be renewed or replaced are called renewable energy sources. And these are natural sources of energy. Okay, look at this picture. All these things are the natural energy sources. They will be able to supply energy for millions of years. You have to get the energy from the waves. You have to get the energy from sun. You have to energy from biomasses. You have to get the energy from fuels. Okay, you have to get the energy from winds, and you have to energy from hydropowers, and you have to get the energy even from geothermal energy. Okay, from the earth crust you have to get some energy, and that is also called geothermal energy. So all these are the renewable energy sources, and through them you get the energy, and you have to fulfill the requirements instead of using the fossil fuels. Okay. Why do we need renewable energy resources? Why we are moving towards the renewable energy sources? Why we are not relying on the non-renewable energy sources? The
Sir, because they will run out
exactly, because one day they will run out, and we will
eventually.
yeah, eventually they will run out, and then we will have a deficiency to get the energy from those sources. So fossil fuels will run out one day. So scientists are developing other ways of generating energy through renewable energy resources. And those renewable energy resources, as I told you earlier, that they are also called the alternative energy sources. And these are sun, solar energy, that is also called, we will get from the sun, so that is also called the solar energy, or wind energy, or tidal energy that we get from the sea waves, and also called all of them are so called the renewable energy sources. Okay, so we will get the energy.
Sir,
Yes.
what is the alternative energy resources?
The renewable energy sources are so called alternative energy sources, because
Okay,
you are using such energy sources instead of the fossil fuels. So that is why these are so called alternative energy sources.
Okay.
Okay, so energies whose sources never run out. These are the sources that can never be run out, like hydroelectrical electricity, like you have to get the energy from the dams. Okay, that is also called hydroelectricity. And these are gets from the, these are also called the tidal, these are also called the water energy also. Okay, so or hydroelectricity also they were so called. This is also called a renewable energy source. Along with this, you can get energy from the wind, you can get energy from the sun, that is also called the solar energy. Okay, and you can also get energy from waste, and you have to get that in the form of bioenergy or biomass energy. Okay.
Sir, did you take attendance?
The main problem is that you have to join the class very late, and then you have to disturb the class again and again for finding the attendance. I will take the attendance at the end of this period.
Yes.
Let me tell you one thing more, that from tomorrow, I will wait for 5 minutes for you people. After 5 minutes, if somebody's come, I will not allow him to enter the class. Okay, so keep in mind, because you people are entering the room and leaving the room again and again, and that disturbs the rest of the students. So please be patient.
Sir, tomorrow there will be no classes.
Yes, tomorrow there will be no class, and we will take the attendance at 12:50 o'clock. Okay, now come towards the topic again.
Okay, sir.
Renewable sources of energy. These are the renewable sources of energy, like wind energy. Okay, this is also called wind mills. Okay, and through wind mills you get the energy from the winds, and that is also called wind power or wind energy. This is also called solar energy. You have to install some solar panels there in front of the sun, and you have to get the energy from the rays of the sun. That is also called solar energy. Also, you have to get the energy from water. from dams, and that is also called hydroelectric power stations. And through hydroelectric power station, they will provide electricity. Okay, you can get the energy from the waste. Okay, and that is also called biomass energy. You can also get the energy from the earth crust, and that is also called geothermal energy. Now let me ask a question from you. I will ask a question from Zorain Alam. Zorain Alam, what do you know about the solar energy? What is solar energy? You have an idea about this?
Sir, it is that energy which comes from the sun.
Okay, the energy that we get from the sun, that is also called the solar energy. Okay,
Yes, sir.
two students raised their hand. Now, Adil Salman, you want to add something? Adil Salman, unmute yourself if you want to add something with his answer. Okay, Harish Shehzad, what do you know about the hydroelectric power station? Yes, Harish Shehzad, unmute yourself, please, beta.
Okay, sir. Sir, fast flowing water can be used to drive turbines in hydroelectric power stations.
Okay. Okay, so higher moving turbines were moving over there, and it will be run with the help of the water, and that will generate the electricity, and those electricities should we get in our houses. Okay, so that is also called the hydroelectric power station that generates electricity. Okay, now who will read this passage?
Sir, Zorain Alam.
Jawad Nabi. Zorain Alam will read this passage. Zorain
Okay,
Alam.
sir. Wind turbines can be used to drive electric generators. However, storing the energy is not easy, and electricity is only produced when the turbines are rotating. Large wind farms, large numbers of wind turbines in one place can be built in windy locations on land and out at sea. The electricity can then be fed to homes and to industry. When the wind blows, the other types of power stations could produce less electricity and so burn less fuel.
Very good, very nice. So we were talking about the wind power or wind turbines, okay, or how the wind turbine runs and how they produce the electricity. So wind turbines are usually used to drive and to generate electricity. But storing energy in this way is not quite easy. Okay, so you have to produce the energy from windmills, and you have to use such energy. There is no way to store such energy. You have to store. You are unable to store the electricity. Okay, so you have to accommodate, or you have to use such energy. What is the function? How it works? So you see from this picture that the turbine will runs and it will rotating. So large wind farms, okay, a number of wind turbines in one place can build in windy location. At those locations where there is a continuous wind blowing, okay, so you have to put the turbines over there, or wind turbines, you have to fix the turbines over there. So the electricity can then be fed to homes and to industry. When the wind blows, other types of power stations could produce less electricity and so burn less fuel. Okay, once the wind blows there, the turbine will run and they will providing the energy, and this is a renewable source of energy. So the other source of energy should be in cache. Okay. Okay. What is wind turbine? Look at here in this picture. This is a picture of a wind turbine, how the wind turbine is rotating or turning. Basically, it's a device that converts the wind or kinetic energy into electrical energy. Okay. You can clearly see here, these are so-called the blades. Okay. Look at here in this picture. These are so-called the blades of the wind turbine. And this is what's so-called the pole. The pole fixes the blades at a certain height. Okay. And at the bottom of this turbine, a generator is there, and when the blades are rotating over there, then the generator will start working and that generator will produce electricity. So in this way, how you get the energy from the wind? Okay, the wind rotates the blades of the turbine, and that rotation causes the run of the generator that is fixed at the bottom of the wind turbine. And when that generator runs, what happens? It will produce electricity, and we will get the energy from winds in this way. Wind power or wind energy is the process by which wind is used to generate electricity. Wind turbines can be used to drive electric generators, as I told you earlier, and I explained to you that how it is working. So storing the energy is not easy, and electricity is only produced when the turbines are rotating. So there are two drawbacks of such energy. The first thing is that you are unable to store such energy. The second thing is that the electricity is not in a continuous way. When the wind blows faster, what happens? Then greater amount of energy will be produced there. But when there is when the wind blows slower, what happens? The turbine will run slower and less amount of energy will be produced there. The third thing is that you have to get the energy when the wind is blowing over there. When there is no wind, then you are unable to get the energy from such method. So these are the drawbacks of such method are wind turbines. Okay. Wind turns the blades of a turbine. You can clearly see here, these are the blades, and these blades are rotating by the wind, okay, which spins the generator. So the generator is running or spinning also, and what happens after that, which causes or which creates the energy or which produces the energy, and you are utilizing such energy in the form of electricity. This is the way how the wind turbines are working over there. These things are quite clear? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, who have the courage to explain such things are wind turbine? Yes? Come on. Who will explain this? Give it a Abdul Rafi. Abdul Rafi, are you able to explain? Abdul Rafi.
Sir,
Ashad.
can I?
Give it a Abdul Rafi, are you able to? Abdul Rafi. Okay,
Sir,
fine.
can I come in?
Okay. Okay. Ashad Haider will explain this. Ashad, come on, beta. Explain the wind turbine. Come on, beta. Ashad Haider.
Can I?
Yes, you can.
Yes,
Please.
sir.
Sir, the wind moves the rotor blades, which spins the generator, and then it creates electricity.
Okay. Okay, fine. Ashad Haider, will you add some information in his answer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can. Yes. Okay. Okay, this is what's called the wind power. This is a complete scenario from through which you know how the energy is, how the electricity is produced there from the wind turbines. The first thing is when the wind is blowing. Okay, what's happened when the wind is blowing? Then what happens? The blade of the turbine will start rotating. So they will turn the blades of the huge turbines, or they will rotate they will start rotating the blades of the huge turbine, and which spins generators to create electricity. It is connected to the generator. Okay, sometimes it is located at the bottom of the wind turbine, and most of the time it is located there at the top of the wind turbines. Okay, so the generator will start turning, or it will start working, and as a result, what happens? Electricity is produced by such generators. Now, that type of electricity will convert it into different transformers, and the transformer distribute such energy or such electricity to different places like your houses, schools, or other places. Okay, and you will get the energy from the wind turbine in this way. So this is a complete scenario how the wind is blowing over there, and how the energy is produced from the windmills, and how it will be distributing over there. So the first thing is the wind blows across a tall windmills to turn the blades of the huge turbines, which spins the generators to create electricity. And after that, a transformer increases the voltage to sense the electricity over over different places and distribution lines. Then local transformer reduces the voltages for you to use. So this is the complete scenario, or this is the complete picture, how you can get, or how you know that how the energy is produced, or how the electricity is produced there from the windmills. Questions are quite clear? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Anybody have a confusion? He can ask me.
Oh, sir.
Sufyan, you can mute yourself, please, beta. Ji, beta. If anybody have a problem, you can ask, please.
No, sir, we don't have.
No, sir.
Sure?
No, sir, no questions.
Okay, fine.
No question, sir.
Okay. So, do you know that there are plans to build windmills as tall as skyscrapers, which blades 50-meter long? Okay. So the scientists were thinking about to build such type of windmill that is very tall, and those blades were very, very longer. Okay.
So, sir, it will create more electricity.
Yeah, it will produce more electricity. Exactly. If it runs, then it will run a larger generator over there, and that will produce more energy. Yes. Instantly, halide X12 is the world's biggest wind turbine. This one, you can clearly see. This is what's so-called halide X12. This one. You can clearly see that its size is about the size of that of the Eiffel Tower. And it is bigger than that is of the London Eye. Clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, where it is located?
I have no idea about that. Mostly it is located there in Europe, because in Europe there is
Sir,
a
can I
continuous
read
growth.
Hydroelectricity?
Okay, sir.
Okay, Harish Shehzad will read this passage. Come on, beta.
Okay, sir. Fast flowing water can be used to drive turbines in hydroelectric power stations. When the demand for electricity is high, water is released from a high reservoir as it flows down through pipes. The water loses height and flows faster. The water is losing gravitational potential energy and gaining
Potential energy.
movement
Potential,
kinetic
not potential.
energy
Okay.
as as the water passes through turbines. The turbines rotate, driving generators which produce electricity. Hydroelectric power stations have proved very successful in some parts of the world, such as Scandinavia and North America, but they are expensive to build. It is often necessary to change the surrounding countryside by building dams and diverting rivers. Diverting rivers. This may flood farmland and people may have to be moved from their homes.
Okay. So this is a complete scenario that will tell you how to build a dam and how you can get the energy from the water. Okay, so the first thing that we will get energy from the water, that is also called hydroelectricity. Okay, the energy that we get, or the electricity that we get from the water, that is also called hydroelectricity. Now, how it is working? You have to restrict the water, or you have to block the rivers in a certain area, and the water will collecting in a huge amount over there. What happens there? After some time, the water will fall from a very high point, and it will fall on a turbine. Then the turbine will run, and it will producing the electricity with the help of a generator. Those turbines are connected with the generator, and the generators working or start working over there, and those generators are producing electricity. Okay, so the electricity that we get from such method, that is also called hydroelectricity. And from where are the dams where the electricity is produced there, that is also called hydroelectric power station. You can clearly see here from this figure that how you get the energy from the water, or how the hydroelectricity or hydroelectric power station are working over there. You can see from a certain height, the water will fall over there, and it will fall on a turbine. What happens after that? The turbine will start moving, and it will running the generator over there. The generator producing electricity, and that electricity was transmitted to the different parts of the country yard, and the people get benefits from such electricity. So hydroelectric power or hydroelectric energy refers to the conversion of energy from flowing water into electricity, and it is considered a renewable energy source. How it works? So the first step is water is released from a high reservoir. While flowing down, the water loses height and flows faster. The water is losing gravitational potential energy and gaining kinetic energy. And then gravitational potential energy is the energy stored in an object as a result of its vertical position or height, or the energy due to the position of a body, that is also called gravitational potential energy, okay, with a certain height. And the energy stored as a result of the gravitational attraction of the earth for the object. This is the way how the turbines are working over there. You can clearly see that the water passes through the turbine. What happens? The turbines starts rotating, and it will driving the generators which producing the electricity. You can clearly see here from this picture. This is another picture through which you can clearly see that the water is coming. It will rotating the turbine over there, and that turbine will rotating the generators, and the generator will produce electricity, and you can see how that electricity is collected from the generator. Hydroelectric power station has proved a very successful in some parts of the world, but it is often necessary to change the surrounding countrysides by building dams and diverting rivers. Okay, it will takes a huge area. Okay, if you build a dam, then a lot of area is required for such thing. Okay, so you have to destroy some villages, and you have to destroy some cities over there for constructing a single dam. This may flood farm lands, and people have to be moved from their homes. Okay, so those areas where the dams were locating, that are dangerous, and the people are moving from such homes or such areas also. So this is a drawback of hydroelectricity. Now let's recall our today's lecture. Okay, how the electricity is generating over there. So today we discussed two types of renewable energy sources. The one is so-called windmill, and the other one is so-called hydroelectricity. Okay, so water flowing down from a height, and it will flowing water rotates the turbine. Okay, the turbine will run the generator, and the generator will produce electricity, and that electricity should be distributed around the cities or around different areas. This is the test yourself on page 40. Okay. So you have to complete this test yourself, but we will discuss some of them. Define renewable source of energy. Say yes. Who will explain this? Give it up. Who will explain the renewable sources of energy? Anybody of you? The sources that can be renewed or replaced are called renewable sources of energy, and they are also called natural sources of energy. Name the renewable sources of energy. So, wind power,
Sun,
Wind,
solar energy,
wind power,
Wind
high
power,
energy,
solar power.
renewable resource,
hydraulic
Hydroelectric
power,
hydroelectric power,
wave
wave
energy,
energy,
geothermal energy,
geothermal energy,
and
biomass.
along with this,
And biomass.
Okay. What is the function of the wind turbine? So wind turbines can be used
Wind
to
turbine
drive
can be used.
electric generators which produce electricity. This is all about our today's lecture. Okay, inshallah, in our upcoming lecture, we will discuss pages 40, 41, and 42. Okay, now if you have, okay, I will take your attendance first and then I will come towards your questions. Okay, so unmute yourself, please. Adil Salman,
Present, sir.
Abbas Ahmad,
Present, sir.
Abdul Rafi,
Present, sir.
okay, Abdul Basit, Ahmad Saeed is present.
Present, sir.
Okay, Ashman Khan,
Present, sir.
Ashat Haider,
Present, sir.
Faizan, Jawad Naveed, Khalid Waqifullah,
Present.
okay, Meher Ali,
Present, sir.
okay, Muhammad Hanif Khan, Muhammad Hamza, Muhammad Hanif Khan is present.
Sir, Hanif Khan present.
Okay, Muhammad Hood,
Present, sir.
Muhammad Talha,
Present, sir.
okay, Muhammad Aban Raza,
Present, sir.
well, Muhammad Taha Sajid,
Present.
Muhammad Faiz Fahad,
Present, sir. Present, I am.
Muhammad Haris,
Present.
Muhammad Haris,
Present, sir.
okay, Muhammad Imran,
Present, sir.
Muhammad Ibrahim,
Present.
okay, Muhammad Umar Farooq, Muhammad Umar Farooq, he's absent. Muhammad Yasir Iqbal, Rehan Khan, Rehan Khan is absent.
Yes, sir. Rehan Khan
yes,
absent.
sir. He's absent.
Rehan Ahmad,
Hello.
Present, sir.
Saad Usman,
Present.
Sanaullah Basi,
Sanaullah Basi present.
okay, Saklain Ali,
Sir, he left the class.
okay, Sarim Mughal,
Present, sir.
Saud Waqifullah,
Sir,
okay, Saud Abdul Aziz, absent. Sufyan Abbasi,
Present, sir. Sufyan Basi.
Sufyan Ibrahim,
Present.
सर मेरी आप प्रेजेंट लगा दे जवाद नवीद, मेरा
Okay.
नेट डिस्कनेक्ट हो गया था।
Okay, Umar Adnan
Present, sir.
and Zorain Alam. These are their students.
Present.
Listen. Abdul Basit, Faizan, Muhammad Yasir Iqbal, Rehan Khan, and Saud Abdul Aziz. These are their students. Okay, thank you so much, beta.
Allah
sir.
Hafiz, sir.
Allah Hafiz, sir.
Yes, sir.
Allah Hafiz, sir.
Take care, sir.
Allah
Allah
Hafiz, sir.
Hafiz.
Have a great day, sir.
Sir, Sufyan Baji is present.
Present, second.